I go live real quick. Wasn't going to, but I thought I would. Why not? So, good CPI number. Okay. Was it? We don't fully know. You know, if they take this out, take that out, but doesn't really matter what it truly is. I've seen drops in certain items, and hikes in others. So it's all evens itself out. But what we care about is what the Fed want to believe, tell us that they believe, all that stuff. Jobless, you know, that would have been bad for the economy, but probably good for the markets a little bit if jobless is up a little. But that came down more than what was expected and anticipated. So we rally a little, nothing crazy. We didn't get past 60 or anything. Haven't even looked at volume in days. Not looking at the market too much, to be honest with you. There's just no need to. If I'm not in it, I'm in it all day long. But I mean, I'm not looking at the portfolio, not looking to DCA at that point. My Coinbase One just rolled over, so that's a different scenario. But we had our initial rally, which wasn't significant, and it's headed back down. Will it be a huge sell-off? I don't think so. The only way it would be a huge sell-off right now, I believe, is if, you know, Germany's running out, but, you know, if they push it down and the ETF sell off and the usual things. So as of right now, you know, don't get fooled, you know, say, oh my God, CPI is great, we got to jump in. You know, people are even, I'm hearing some people saying, I believe the Fed will lower the rate in July. Now, what I've been saying and what now people are saying, and I've been saying it all along, is they should just do a mental lowering of 25 basis points. That's a mental game. Joshua Jake says every time they lower rates, the markets crash. That's not true. It may have happened in the history. We're in a different place. As I said on a live stream the other week, that is because it shows bad economic times. We've never had a market like this when they would lower rates in okay times, right? Things are slowing down, and you can listen to everyone saying, no, it's not true. It is. I work in the manufacturing world. I work with OEMs. I work original equipment manufacturers, that is. I work with end users. I work with everything from small manufacturing to the largest in the world. Some have slowed down, some haven't. Depends on the industry, food and beverage, pharma, cars, whatever it may be, EV, aerospace. So I work in all sectors. So I see it. I see with some of my distributors. Some of them are seeing a softening. So much so that they are, their sales are in a downward trend, not significant, but their EBITDA is suffering and other things. So don't let anyone tell you this is like a perfect economy. It's not. So mentally, it is time to lower it 25 basis points. Do I think it'll happen this month? He could always throw us a bone, but if he goes through what he's always done, it'll be like we continuously analyze data. We're here to ensure that labor stays okay and somewhat strong without getting out of line. And we are headed to our continued must-have 100% goal of 2%, which they're not going to get. They can manipulate the numbers to say 2%. It's not going to 2%. But that's not what matters. It's what they tell us and what they believe and what they want us to believe that they're saying. And he lowers rates. So 25 basis points will do nothing at all to hurt anything, to even do anything to inflation at all. What it could do is a mental game of investments, transferring of risk, right? Because if crypto goes up, all I can tell you is my 401k is out of control in a good way, right? That's why you have to be diversified. I always say that. My 401k is up hundreds of thousands this year because I have multiple from previous companies that I haven't even invested in. I left a company 7 years ago. It's up $200,000. And I haven't invested one thing. That's a 401k from another company that is just sitting there. No investments. So 25 basis points would be a significant. Do I think it's going to happen this month? I actually don't know. I don't think so if he follows the way he has. He'll want to analyze more data. He'll say this is good. It's promising. He'll be dovish. But we still have more work to do. And no one knows what's going to happen between now and September because we don't have a meeting next month. But we have CPI data, right? So actually July thought, I think, doubled from 4% to 8% of them lowering, and who cares about any of that crap? And September has gone up to, I don't know, 70, 80, 90%, something like that. I just don't care about any of that stuff. I care about the numbers, and I care about what Jerome Powell says. And I care about the economic data of jobless claims and PPI that's coming up. So that is what will drive it, as I keep saying. But since I would have liked to have bought more and more Benke at like 0.012, but I missed out on that. I was busy out of the market and busy selling some things. Do I wish I didn't sell stacks? I don't really care. I wish I didn't sell it, but I already deployed it and it's up. Only reason I wish I didn't sell stacks was because I bought it at such a low price. But it wasn't going to make me a millionaire, more of a millionaire. It wasn't going to make $1 million. It was taking such a hit. I'm like, I'm just going to get out, make a profit. If it keeps going down, maybe I'll buy it back. Maybe I won't because, the layer 2 Bitcoin, that's kind of come and gone, I believe. All the narratives are kind of dried up right now until things get exciting, which they're not. I think you'll have lower opportunities to buy, but we'll see. I hope you don't. I hope I don't. I hope, this bear market is over and we start heading up, but we're not. Summer bull market, very, very difficult. The only thing that will lead that is getting through $74,000, $75,000, $76,000 up to 80. That's the only thing that's going to trigger a bull market, and that's driven by what we've discussed. That's not just going to happen on its own. No matter what the fools tell you about shorts above us, that is key to have, but none of them are getting filled, and none of them will get filled without a pivot. So in regards to good buys out there, I unloaded a couple projects that I really didn't want to. I didn't want to unload stacks. I didn't want to unload the graph. I don't have regret over them, a little bit on stacks. I didn't want to unload PNG because I was up so much money on it, but I don't know if it's I think it'll get back there eventually, but you know what? I just deployed the capital somewhere else. That's a shame because I bought that, early on too. I got rid of NCT, which I did not want to. I didn't want to. Polyswarm. I really didn't want to get rid of it, but things are in such a downward spiral. So, and the volume on that was in the 100,000s, and it wasn't going to do incredible anyways. But I thought, I had so much of it, would have gotten to 5, 6, 7 cents. As I said, I unloaded Koval, which I didn't want to, and I wouldn't have unloaded that for sure. I wouldn't have if the debacle of Coinbase didn't happen, but that was a great sell. All of them were good sells. All of them I made money on. But, everything in retro, puts in perspective a couple days later. But any type of FUD, any type of serious Germany sell-off, we're back down there. I hope not. I hope, we can get rid of that and Mt. Gox doesn't hit like everyone keeps saying it will. I don't think it'll be a total unload, but nobody knows what happens when people get and receive their crypto. No one knows if they're going to hold. No one knows if they're going to dump. I certainly wouldn't be dumping Bitcoin if I received it. So the narrative remains the same. There's really nothing to share. I could get on here and read the news like everyone else. I could do this and that, but that's not important. You look at the projects you're interested in. You feel it's a good time to buy them, you do. If you think that they're going to go lower, you don't deploy all your capital. If you think it's going to go higher, you definitely buy. To me, I don't see that. Bitcoin will lead us. You're going to have things like, Coinbase buying Aerodrome. I didn't want to totally sell that one either, but I was up quite a bit on it, so I'm like, this is ridiculous. Am I going to go get out at where I bought it? It doesn't make sense. So take profits. There's nothing wrong with taking profits if you don't panic sell. These were all thought out. As I watch it go down from $2 to 60, 50 cents, at some point you take profits. Would it have been better to do it at $2? Yes. Did I think Arrow was going to go back to, break the $1.90 again? No. But with all the downward pressure we've had and lack of volume and no interest from retail and actually institutions. Note this, ETFs are not with institutions right now. That it's going to take some time. It's not typical, there's not a lot of institutions in the ETFs at this point. Will they get in? I don't know, but it takes time. There's a lot involved with that. So, maybe if there's projects you've been looking at, I know they're higher than they were, July 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's for sure. There were some great prices out there, and you got to love crypto. It bounces back with some of them. So you're either a seller on these crashes, a buyer, or you wait on the sidelines. I waited on the sidelines 99% of my crypto. Out of all the ones I had, I only unloaded four or five, something like that, when I had to with Koval. Took the profits. I have a nice amount of cash waiting, and I have deployed into other projects. So there's plenty of opportunity. Late to the stream, not sure if you mentioned a level where you'll switch bullish. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, fresh Kool-Aid. I'll when Bitcoin starts out its run up. That's the only time I will turn bullish. And I don't really go by bullish, bearish. I hate when people are commenting, oh, this news is bullish. This news, oh, that's bearish. They throw that term around loosely on every sentence they do. So I will, I'll be able to know when this is a bull market for sure. Mentality. Okay, let's use the word bullish. Mentality-wise, I will definitely turn bullish when we have volume over 150 billion a day. I'll even be happy right now with 90 billion to 100 billion day volume. That's bullish. That's not bull market. Bull market's 170 billion and above. Bitcoin getting through 70, 73, down to 70, back to 73, breaking through shorts, on its way up through all-time highs. Then we're bullish. And there will be a big sell-off after we break through all-time highs, and there will be resistance a little bit, but that will really lead us to a bullish narrative. And I don't believe it's going to happen until pivot from Powell and economic data. This is all driven by economic data right now. It shouldn't be, but that's it. And retail, retail's got to come back, and ETFs have to start buying again. It has to happen that way. Then you will hear, and remember, I don't fully say bullish and bearish. I'm realistic on where the market is. I don't want it to go down. I'm not one who says these are gifts and we're going to look back and be upset that we didn't buy now. That's not my mentality. We've had 3 years to buy. That's when I did all my buying and through now actually. So we've had plenty of time to accumulate. I'm ready for upward trend because this is definitely not a bull market. I don't care what anyone says. If you look up the definition, we can't, choose and pick our definition. Say this definition works for this, but this definition doesn't work for that, right? It's like being against some discrimination and for other, meaning you're against racism, but you don't care about anti-Semitism, or you're against racism, anti-Semitism, but you're, against veganism. You're for animal abuse, but you're not for the abuse of, a race or a religion. So hope that answers your question. Long-winded. But I can tell you, we are not bullish right now. This is not a bull market. It's. Don't let anyone tell you different. And it doesn't matter. We're in a bull market, bear market. It's accumulation time if you believe in it. The truth of the matter in the market is we could all of it could be over with some black swan that pulls us down, and that would pull down the equity market. Yeah, my pleasure, man. That's why I'm here. I went live kind of, spontaneous, so there's not really on it. But for those of you, thank you for joining. And for those of you who come on later, I'm here to answer questions, or at least my point of view. It's just my point of view, and I've been around a long time. And am I right? No, it's just my opinion. Honestly, I can't tell you if, it's just from experience. But experience means something, and it means very little. It just means I've been through it and I've seen this stuff. I'm not one who says history, I really don't like the saying of, just because I hear it every second, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. I mean, there's truth in that, but there's no truth in the market, the crypto market right now than it's ever been. There's just no truth. You cannot go by what we did after the last halving, what we did after this, the Wyckoff patterns, Fibonacci. None of that means anything. None of it. TA means nothing for the most part. Support and resistance does in just a typical market, but it means more in equities. That's the truth. And that's coming someone who was in equities for decades and decades and in crypto since the beginning, and who has lost a fortune before, at 29 and made it back. But we learn from our losses. We learn from what not to do more than from winning. We got to have both, right? You can't just be losing, but we constantly got to learn. And you constantly have to pivot and be flexible. You have a plan, execute it, but be smart enough to be able to pivot when you need, right? My plan was not to sell stacks. I mean, I was up a ton of money on it at one point. I was at over $3. It's up a shitload. I sold it at, I don't know, $1.50 or something like that. Arrow, I was up a ton. PNG, I was up a ton. I didn't want to sell it, but I had to pivot because I just didn't, I've got a ton of capital in the market. I have a ton of cash on the sidelines, a ton. But I wanted to take out some profits and just have a little luxury in putting those into other things. I really did not want to sell Arrow and stacks or PNG, but I'm happy with it. I have to be. And I thought about it. It wasn't a panic. I never panic sell or buy. $1 million. That's the capital I have. I mean, to me, that's a ton. $1 million, and I've, have $1 million of cash to deploy. But I already have a lot more of that in the market. So it's a ton to me. It's not a ton to a lot of people, but, I'm also older. I have, risk. I'm fairly risk adverse. I mean, I've been in the markets for so long that, the swings in the bear market, I got, I was down a fortune. And you just have to, when you've lost so much money in the past, you can either handle it or you can't. I can. I don't have enough in the market where if I lost all my crypto, and it is millions of dollars, but if I lost it all, it would kill me mentally, but it would do nothing to change my life. Nothing. It won't. It just won't. I'm a pretty simple family man who doesn't have any bills except for my children. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have, I've never had a mortgage. So I have a house. It's paid for. So there's not a ton of risk because I have a very good income in regards to my career. Does that help? Just come across your channel. What crypto are you in? Oh, Lord. I'm more diversified than I've ever been. You'd have to look at some of my older videos, I go over my whole portfolio, but I'll name a couple right now, okay? And thank you for coming. Welcome. Please subscribe if you would, and if you could, bring people in, I'd love it. I'm just here you can look at what I'm all about. I've been an investor for a long time, and I'm here for one reason. I'm not a YouTuber. I started the channel in December to help people who are newer, not to get scammed like I've seen from YouTubers. So I'm a big, I bitch about them a lot because only reason I started this channel, I will never sell you anything. Only thing I turn down multiple sponsors. Only thing I want you to do is, if you don't have a Tangent wallet, I recommend it. I have a link if you want to use that. All those proceeds go to animals. That's it. I don't know if I haven't even checked it, but you get like 10% off. It's the only wallet I use now just because it's easy. So I'll go over a couple cryptos. I just sold stacks, Arrow, PNG, NCT, which I loved, Polyswarm, I loved it, and I sold it. The volume was down drastically, and I took profits. Always want to take profits. Sold the graph, sold Coval, which is Circuits of Value, just because Coinbase is going to delist it. What do I own? I own Bitcoin at 3,000, 8,000. I own Ethereum. I won't be able to remember them all, but Pond, Marlin, I love that project. That'll do great for me. Near, I have a ton of Near. I can't look at my portfolio because I'm walking. Yeah, you got experience. You know what's up. Yeah, this is geared towards people like you to have a community. And, I started this channel to help educate people or have a community where we could talk to, where you don't have a crypto YouTuber, which I'm not, but I'm just trying to get a community going where we could talk. And I've done very well. So I just want to help. That's what kind of where I'm at place in life. That's what I get out of it. I have fun. So I get joy out of helping people. I've helped a lot of new investors, and up until March, we were doing all great, and we'll get back there. But I'm pretty brutally honest, and I just will not scam anyone or ask you to, private groups or anything like that. Never going to happen. It's not why I'm doing this. Benki, I have a ton of Benki, Polkadot, Solana. I have all the big guys. I'm spread. I have a ton of Ondo. I was telling people to buy Ondo at 21 cents. I have a shitload of Ondo at 21 cents. Before anyone, was telling them that. I have a ton of AIOZ. If you don't have that, check it out. I at one point was up, 600,000 on that. Have that at a penny. Have that at penny. So some of my first videos, I was telling people to buy it at like 6 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. I wish I bought more of it. Sold my Fetch a while ago, Fetch AI, and so many more. I think I got over 40 some. Ones I'm looking at. I think Ondo's going to do great. I don't love their tokenomics, but I think if we get into a bull run, it'll do real good. Already has. I have XRP, ton of it. A couple 100,000 at 17 cents. I've had it for 1 million years. Bought more even before the court case. After the SEC came out with that, there was a limited time to buy it. On Coinbase, I bought more. Velo, I have a ton of Velo. Shitload of Velo, 6 cents, 10 cents. Bought more up at 17 cents on its run up. On its way back down. I might buy more. I don't know. Arrow and Velo have, the piss is taken out of that right now. Velo will do great. Velo's tokenomics are not as good, but it has as good as Arrow, but it has a good upside. I don't own Arbitron or Optimism or any of that. I have a ton of Polygon. I hate Polygon. I have a ton of Cardano. I hate Cardano, just because their tokenomics suck, and I've had it for a long time, 4 or 5 years. XRP, I don't like XRP. I did at one point, but it's never a maximalist on anything. I want to get out of all those at $1, and that'll be about, 500-600K. Just to get to $1, I'm good. But I'll see. Like I always say, my plan changes. If we get to $1, I usually like to know my sell point when I buy in. That's kind of an investing strategy I've always had. But it also depends. If we're in a bull run and we're zooming through that, I'm not selling it at a buck. I'm going to see what happens because it'll get some support eventually. So once we bust through buck on all those, if XRP gets to $1, and it could, it's just, if you're not new, you know what's up with XRP and Cardano. They're a joke. Turbo, yeah, don't know Turbo. Don't know Turbo Nomad. What have you been following Boring Sleuth on Twitter? No, over the corruption with ETH. I'm all in on XRP. Yeah, XLM I'm not in. I sold it a long time ago. But like I said, I have a ton of XRP. I know we're just I was a believer in that. I like that Garlinghouse, but they are screwing us. Just so you know, if you're okay with that, that's fine. I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for a true bull run to see what it does. But for XRP and Cardano not to be over $1 when in March and all that just shows you what's going on with that. Charles Hoskinson is doesn't do us any favors, and Brad Garlinghouse does, but they dump on us. Just know that. But you're all in on our XRP, you know that. I do like Proppy a lot, just because it's a narrative. I think it'll do well. Goldfinch, I have a ton of Goldfinch at a buck. Bought that a long time ago. When I say a long time ago, 8 months. Maybe longer than that now. God, there's so many more. Oh, I bought Shadow, which I love what they do. They're another D-pin. I bought it at $1.22, a crap load. And I bought more on its drop down. It's like at 50 cents. And I feel bad because some of I never tell anyone what to buy. I tell them what I'm doing. I don't say everything I'm doing, but I'm pretty open about it. So I bought a shitload of Shadow, and it's down over, 100%. But they admit that they suck at marketing. They're concentrating on their tech and their utility. So it's unfortunate. Boring Sleuth is Luke, and blockchain detective backs all his findings with receipts worth following. Oh, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you. That's why I have this open. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I've learned a lot of, I've turned people onto a ton of good projects on this channel, and I've got turned on to a couple really great projects on this channel. So it's, it's what it's all about. I'm just looking forward to, summer's going to be weird. I am looking forward to things changing around. And this also, unfortunately, an election year, and things are always strange in an election year. Take it a guy who's in business. People wait. They're waiting. Capital's expensive right now. CapEx, capital equipment. So people are waiting to see what Powell's going to do because interest rates are brutal. They're brutal. It's affecting a lot of markets. It's affecting lending, as you can imagine, which affects spending. And there is a slowdown in consumer spending on certain things. More of the lower class and middle class. Food and bev is always going to be up, but other items are down. What else do you guys got? What else? Yeah, if you want to look at my videos back, I think I have a couple name portfolio videos. I've added more since then, but fortunately I can't. I've got so many now. I'm more diversified, like I said, than ever. And it's, paid off, but a lot of them are underwater right now, but the majority of them aren't. They're down, but they're not underwater. Like, AIOZ, I mentioned I have at a penny. It's at like 40 some cents right now. At one point it was $1.19, I think it got to. And so, a little painful. But I'm pretty transparent and will share everything you guys ask me to a point. Portfolio-wise, this and that. I have no issue with that. Oh, XCN, my biggest risk play. I got a ton of AMP that I'm still down on from last bull run. I'm down a couple $100K on that. I own it at 6 cents. It's half a penny. We got up to over a penny when things were looking good. It was running up after Jasmy. I don't own any Jasmy, but XCN, Onyx coin. I have a couple million of them, or a million. I think I'm a little over a million. And that's my meme play. My true meme play is Bonk, and I'm up a shitload on that, but that's the only meme I have. I'm not a meme guy. All of these are memes, really, for the most part. 99% of cryptos are memes. May not fall in that meme category, but they're all risk and speculation. And that's the truth. What drives price anyways, it's hype. It's not so much utility, right? If it was utility, wouldn't Cardano be doing good? Back in the day, I was going to buy Chainlink at like 17 cents, but I went with XRP instead. That was a mistake. And I'm not into buying Chainlink at these prices. I think Chainlink will do good, but people think it's going to get to $80, $90. I don't. But I also don't know. I have no idea. I have price objectives and where I think I want to get out at and where I think it could go. I have no idea, no clue where something is actually going to go. And let me tell you this, no one else does. I remember drug addict, cheating BitBoy, the last bull run. He would spend time just reading chat, and someone would say, "Where's this going?" And he goes, "Oh, Polygon, $3," without even thinking about it. This, ADA, $10, Ethereum, 20,000. Without even thinking. Like he knows. He was wrong on every one of them. In a bull market, everyone's a genius. I can promise you this. When we get into a true bull market, and you come here and you ask me, "Hey, what do you think of this? Where it'll go?" I'll never tell you it's going to go here. I'll say, I think it could go here. And I can tell you, most likely, it'll get around there just because everyone's a genius in the bull market. The key is having the right mix of projects before we get there. So we've had all this accumulation time over years, and we're there again. It was never a bull run or a bull market. It was coming off of lows and ETF hype. Now, you could say Bitcoin was somewhat, but it really wasn't, because our volume was never consistent. We have to be over 170 to 200 billion a day for it to be a true bull market. And we could say this is capitulation and just a down, sideways action. It's not, in a typical bull market, this is not sideways action. Sideways action is down a couple thousand, couple percent, 10%, 5%. Alts are down, some of them well over 100%. So when you go up a little, then you go down 10%, you come up 3%, you go down 10%, come up 4%, you go down 20%, right? Like we've been doing on the majority of alts, not on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin from 70 some thousand to, 50s. That's not a bull market. That's not just consolidation and sideways action. It's truly not. Open speculative, 11 million market cap. Just saying, okay, I'll check it out. Nomad. Definitely, I'll check it out. So just so you know, I only buy on like Kraken and Coinbase now in my career. I used to use DEXs. I used to do all that stuff. I do none of that now. So I only buy, I look at projects, but I concentrate on typically Coinbase, because trading fees, I believe I get, 10,000 a month free. And I use that usually by it's the second week into the month. Just because that's where I'm at in my stage of where I need to be. I'm totally good with that. I don't do the bridges. There's too many issues I've seen. I've never had one, knock on wood. But I just don't bother with that. And I think it's perfectly fine and great for people to do that. I just don't anymore. Get my stuff. I use my Tangent wallet. You want to use my link if you don't have one. I love it. I love things just because it's easy. But you know what pisses me off? You send it to the Tangent wallet and you got to pay a fee. That sucks. You got to pay gas fee, It's annoying. I'm the type of guy, I could buy $10,000 worth of something, and I get pissed at the $100, $50 or whatever that I got to spend on the fee. Pisses me off. Even $3.99, I buy, a bunch of something. It pisses me off. $17. I don't like those commission fees, because you're paying them, buying it in, moving it over, moving it back, selling it. It just pisses me off. And I'm sure it pisses you off. When I used to be an equity trader, sometimes I would pay $500 commission as a fee to buy or sell equities. Until Ameritrade started. This is long before, all of a sudden the internet, thank God, took over. And I went from paying, sometimes $300, $400, $500 to like $20. then to $8.99, and then if you did this stuff, it was free. I mean, it was amazing. It changed the world. Pre-crypto. I have the ledger. I have 3 ledgers. I just don't like them. I don't use them anymore. I used to. Honestly, and I'm not thinking, Tangent's not for everyone. It just is for me. It's so freaking easy. I don't use their 1-inch trading on there or anything. I just, I get 3 cards. I have a couple of those, 3 cards for backups. You have 1 main, 2 backups. It's freaking awesome and so easy. If you haven't checked it out, check out someone's video on it. If you want it, use my link. They're cheap and they're freaking awesome. I'm telling you. And I'm just someone who wants something simple at this stage. I just do, because things are changing, things get hacked. Ledger's fine. Ledger was the first one I started using years ago, and I just, you got to do this and that. I'm sure it's changed for the better. I found what works for me, just like using Coinbase and Kraken. I like Coinbase much better. I hate giving money to Coinbase for obvious reasons, but it's just simple. That's all I want. Rarely do I trade now. I never trade on leverage anymore. It's been years. This year I did just a quick thing when the market was in a weird spot. Thing on shipping, I made a couple $100,000 in a day, and it was easy. But I probably won't do that again until I do that maybe once, twice a bull cycle, where I do a big in, a lot of money in, and scalp it pretty quickly. Right. So I appreciate the new folks in here and the OGs. Metal 88 from Canada, if you come in here later. Hope you're doing well. Skull, C90, the usual suspects. What else do you guys have? Anything else I can help with? Hope you're all subscribed. Nomad, I know you are. If you guys can, if you go in other groups, if you could know anyone, if you can bring them here, see if we can grow this community. I mean, look, I think I only have 200, not 250 yet, 246, something like that, subscribers. I, get a couple here and then I lose them, and that's to be expected. I don't do pretty videos. I don't do editing. I do this. I'll do short videos of what I'm seeing and how I don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to this. This is the last buying opportunity. Don't listen to Banter saying this, or Discover Crypto, or BitBoy. I just make fun of. He doesn't know anything, but he's absolute lunatic. But that's what I do. I answer all questions to the best of my knowledge. To the peeps watching, cold storage or crypto, do not leave on. Yes, exactly. Not your keys, not your crypto. Absolutely. You're 100%. Thanks, Nomad. But you're right. Get it off exchanges. I'm okay with leaving a little bit on Coinbase, personally. Especially if you leave it in their cash or USDC. Get some interest on that. I've got money in that right now. I'm getting 5.5%. Why not? I just deploy it when I want. Makes it easy. So I don't necessarily trust Coinbase, but they're going nowhere. They're making a fortune, and wait until the bull market is here. Wait until, we just go up so quick. As you know, old timers, been in here for over 4 years. You know what's up. You know how, it just doesn't take much. And once the hype is back, we're gone. It's just going to be amazing. But we don't know when and if that's going to happen. We just don't know. It's all macro driven. Retail's out, volume's low. So we got to, once we pivot, we'll all know when it's time. And I'm a firm believer, and there's nothing wrong with buying in the green. I'm not like that. I do buy in the red, but the majority of people buy in the green. They don't buy in the red. And I bought in the red all bear market. But the majority of people, when you take a hit like we just did, they're not DCAing. They're selling. Why are we going down so much, right? They buy, let's say something gets down from $2 to $1. They don't buy it $1. They buy it $1.50 because they think on its way back up, they think we're back in the bull market. There's nothing wrong in the bull market buying in the green. That means it has momentum. Now, if something goes from $1 to $10, you don't want to buy it at $10. But that's not always the case. Example, Fetch. I watched Fetch go from like 4 cents to 17 cents, 17 cents to 21 cents. It kept going from 17 to 21 cents for 3 months until it broke out. And there it goes. AIOZ, bought it a penny. I watched it go from 11 cents to 14 cents continuously, up to 21 cents, back down to 11, 10 cents to 14 to 10 to 14 cents continuously. So you shouldn't have bought it at 10 cents or 14 cents when it got up to $1.19? Of course you should have. Right? So don't, when something has momentum, it's okay. In a true bull market, what you will see is something explodes, and usually, it's not always, usually when something explodes, there will be a big sell-off. Why? They sell it off, and they put it in something else that's ready to take its turn. So Polygon, let's say, goes to $3, which I don't think it will. It goes to $3. In a bull market, it could. $3. It goes from where it is now to $3. It'll dump like crazy, usually. Money will come out of that and go into Ondo, let's say. Ondo then goes from $1 to $4. Then maybe people are going to take profits. Comes out of that, so on and so forth. The seesaw. That's what we love. Then we know we're rocking it. BlackRock is in with Coinbase. You're correct. They are going nowhere. Exactly. I mean, there's just too much capital there. They might screw us, which they always do, but they're not going anywhere. And if you do Coinbase One, you have $1 million insurance policy. And you actually can talk to someone on the phone. They're outsourced, but so excuse misspelling. I'm typing too quickly. Hey, dude, I always mistype even when I take my time, so it's all good. So you're right. Coinbase is going nowhere. They got their asses handed to them in the bear market. They laid off half of their workforce. They managed. They're making hand over fist right now with the ETFs, with the holdings, with Coinbase One. I mean, you're a fool if you use Coinbase and you're active in it and you want to keep some money on there. You're a fool if you don't do Coinbase One. It's $300 a year, or at least it was when I did a little under 300. So worth it for someone like me. Now, if you never use Coinbase, obviously you won't want to do it. Or if you just buy a little here and there, no. But if you're going to leave money on there, it's worth the insurance policy. It's $300. That's it. It's so worth doing. And this is a guy who doesn't like to spend $300 on it, right? I'll spend $300,000 on something in crypto, but I don't like spending the $300 on Coinbase One. I don't know why that is. It's just my mentality, I guess. Like I said, I'll buy a bunch of a project, a nice amount of it, and I get pissed at the fee. So on Coinbase One, and it's a little addiction there. I don't gamble, but crypto is my deal there. I don't have any big spending habits. I'm not buying Lambos. I had $1 billion. I went buy a Lambo. Not happening. It's just not my style. But when I'm constantly buying, DCAing throughout the month, and I see that you save this, $17.99 buying this, I didn't have to pay. $3.99, didn't have to pay. $24.99, didn't have to pay. All that stuff adds up. So they're brilliant. It's the mentality aspect. When you're not paying commission for up to $10,000, you're loving it. Now remember, it's on the sell side too, so that $10,000 counts for selling. So I blew it on my sell around the fourth, something like that. I went through that 10K pretty quick, and then some, but it's all right. Yeah, how's the market doing right now? Because, typical CPI, little push up, and then, got some other numbers coming, and people are going to be hanging on the Fed's decision this month, which they should not be. Doesn't make any sense. Of course, the bet is he's not going to pivot yet. He's going to say the usual things, which he always says. It's just a memorized, written down, I guess, actually speech that he says every time. But if he was to do 25 basis points, and I have no idea if he's going to, the odds are he's not, but he should do 25 basis points just for a mental reason, mentality, drives it. But no one knows. And so August is going to be a very odd month. I can tell you this with no, I'm sure he'll be speaking, but they're not meeting to do a rate decision. So you'll see the September rate or percentage of decrease fluctuate like crazy with every number that comes out, data number that comes out economic wise. It's sad when you're hoping for weak numbers, hoping for strong numbers, meaning lower numbers in CPI inflation, but you're looking for a struggle in the economic growth, GDP, jobless claims, PPI. It's pretty sad when you hope for that to be a struggle, because that just pushes him more. He's in a spot, right? Doesn't want inflation to go up. Also trying to control unemployment. All the Fed can do is really hurt demand, try to control demand with high rates. But we need to get cars going. So I want to buy one. A minivan, actually. Replace one. I am a new subscriber, and I appreciate your videos. Hey, thank you, observer, and I really appreciate that. Let me know what you want to see more of. I was making videos every day and multiple ones and going live every day for a bit. But when there's not a ton to talk about, when we're just a downward spiral, I can be pretty crass. And if there's nothing to truly share, I don't want to waste anyone's time. And I've been buried with family and work. But I'm always in the market. I always answer questions if you want to comment. And, I appreciate you subscribing. We're just a small community. Like I've said, you're not going to see any pretty edited videos. I steal all the thumbnails that I use. Here for dialogue only. No private Discord groups with me. No level 1, level 2, level 3 private groups, tiers. Not going to happen. I get asked that all the time for private this and private that. Not doing it. We'll do it public, and I'll do it for free. I will do it for free. No one is smart enough to think that they can fool you into joining their private, what does Banter call it? Like their shotgun groups or whatever it's called. Anyone who calls their groups like some stupid name. I mean, it's just crazy to me. I'm not saying they're stupid, but they're just doing technical analysis and kind of doing their homework. They have a whole team to do their homework for you. You don't need that. You do your own homework. You listen to enough channels. You take it with a grain of salt, but you listen to it, come up with your own decision. Ask me questions. I'm happy to, no one else is going to probably answer all your questions. I will. I happen to get a little thrill out of it, helping people. I've had people across the sea, young people, tell me that I'm changing their lives. Not right now, right? Everything's down. I feel bad. That's why I'm always cautious about it. And I'm always telling them I don't know where something's going to go. I can just give you my opinion. I can't tell you to buy something, but I can tell you what I am buying. And I always do that. I'm new to crypto trading, soaking it all in. Yeah, there's a lot soaking. Go watch my other videos. Go ahead. I'm not going to teach you it doesn't teach you how to trade. I was a trader. I was an equity trader, a bond trader back a long time ago. I was one of those guys in the pits, the Chicago Board of Trade. I'm a holder, but that doesn't mean a lifelong holder. I hold a bunch of crypto projects I believe in. Some very risky. They're all risky, but some very risky and some less risky, right? There's multiple tiers. And I've done okay. And I know a few things after all these years. I'm 52, so I've been around. I've been in this from the beginning. I've been in investing, professional investing with the real deals, with the banks, Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan, Lehman Brothers, Shearson Lehman, Refco, all them. So kind of know how the system works a little bit, but no one truly knows. I'm not Jamie Dimon. But I'm here to help. What other questions you guys have? What else you got? Appreciate the likes. I appreciate the subscribers. I appreciate that. Like I said, if you have friends who are in crypto or have them join in, I like talking about, helping people with health as well, veganism, but I don't push that too much unless people ask, just because people don't want to hear it, and that's okay. Not okay for the animals, but I don't, if you ask me, I will share it. And sometimes I would start off my videos with some facts that people don't know about. If you go to my site, there's a couple free videos on YouTube. One is called Dominion. The other one is called the Gary Yourofsky speech, the best speech you'll ever hear. That's what it's called. Something like that. Or most important speech. It's on my main site. Watch those videos for free on YouTube and get back to me. Tell me your thoughts. If I get over 100 people to watch that, and I can confirm that they watched it just by having them answer questions, I'll do a giveaway of something. Tangent wallet or some crypto or some CBD or D8, something, just to watch those 2 videos because they're life-changing. So careful in the market. There's nothing wrong with DCAing. If you have questions on projects, if I know about them, I will give you my thoughts. If I don't know about them, I'll try to do a little research. There's too many to know about all of them. I mean, there's every day hundreds of thousands being released. That's part of the problem too. Take some BTC. Yeah, I'll take some more too. I've got BTC for a long time ago. Anything else, lads and lassies? Or else I'm going to bail out. Going once. Going twice. So it's getting warm here. Let me know what you need from me. I'm here to help. Thanks for coming to Vegan Crypto. If you could, more importantly than liking, I guess liking is important. I don't even know the algorithms and everything. I don't care about that, but I just want to grow the community. Be nice to get 500 of us folks in here. I will send these videos to my vegan friend. Oh, nice. Enjoy your day as well. Yeah, I have some vegan stuff on there. I would do more if people wanted it. I just, you know how that goes. Peace and love to all of you. See you soon.